What changed coming out of halftime where Ole Miss started to have that success in the third quarter, especially through the air?
Nothing particularly different, on our side. I thought that, man, you have to do your job the entire time. It takes technique, it takes discipline. You've got to make sure that every single play is the most important play of the game, because that's the one that can be the big play that changes everything. And we had a couple opportunities to get off the field on third down that first series, and just didn't execute the right way. And there's some things we talked about, and we've got to be better. I've got to put them in better positions to be successful.
They're missing Trey Harris, but it felt like they had a lot of success with the tight ends. Is that something that weren't expecting? What kind of happened with that?
No, that was something new for them. A lot of 12 personnel, hadn't seen any of that. Nothing crazy, nothing really different per se, but just you got to be a little bit tighter in man coverage and got to do a better job of flooding zones and finding guys, across the middle too with our hook players. So wouldn't say anything substantially different there. Just we got to execute a little bit better.
Are you pleased with the corners, with the play of the corners so far? Over the last, 3 or 4 weeks.
I think we could always be better. I believe that. I think at every position we would say that. And they just a lot of times they get exposed more because they're on an island. And so when you're out there and you make a mistake, it's a touchdown mistake versus that nose guard doesn't play in the right gap and Danny Stutzman makes the play anyway. They just get out there and get exposed a little bit more when you're not perfect, and so we just got to be better all around.
Zac Alley, they scored touchdowns on the first drive of the game and the first drive of the second half. Did they just have good scripted plays on that, or maybe what went wrong on those drives where it looked like they were kind of moving with little resistance?
Yeah, I think we had the first third down, the third quarter. I mean, we don't run the stunt, we bust, and he scrambles around and makes a miraculous throw over top, on a scramble drill, and we got to attach to the guy better, not look in the backfield, and if we run the stunt, it's a sack. So I wouldn't say necessarily anything crazy they did, just we have to execute the calls.
On plays like that, is that a tough one as a defensive coordinator where it seems like you guys are in the right call and the guy just makes a great play like Jacksonville did on that?
Well, I think I always take ownership of all that, like, all right, should have brought another guy, should have been in something else. I feel like that constantly, that, man, I want to put us in a perfect position to be successful every play, and we've got to execute like that.
What does it say about just this team, the defense overall, that Danny Stutzman said that he wouldn't change a thing, he would come back again, knowing what he knows now, and then you've got Ethan Downs out there playing with a bad back or a lot of other things. It's just kind of the grit that they have so far, even with the trials that they've done.
Yeah, we get a lot of selfless guys. We recruit to that. We try and put those type of dudes in our locker room that hold everybody accountable, that get after it on the field, and that love each other. And ultimately, we love our players, and they love each other, and they want to fight for that. I think Danny loves this university, and he's Oklahoma all through and through. And so I don't think that I would change anything about how we built this locker room, man. We got some really strong, great people that continue to lead like that.
Talk about those corners being on an island. You guys have been good generating pressure in obvious passing situations. What needs to change with the defensive line to get more pressure in the second and medium, stuff like that?
Yeah, I think we gotta get off the ball. Obviously work our technique and do what we need to do. We're really close on a lot of them. We're hitting the quarterback, the ball's coming out, and a little bit of that is on the back end too. You got to be in coverage lane so they can't throw the ball on time. So it all works together on mixed downs in particular to be able to create chaos in the backfield.
You've been around Grant a lot in your career. You've seen him approach these last 3 weeks where things haven't gone your guys' way, and he's still trying to obviously steer the ship in the right direction, keep everybody headed in the right way.
Yeah, I've been incredibly just impressed. We've seen him as a head coach in the last couple of weeks. The ability to continue to motivate and get guys to buy into what we do, and he deeply believes in our players and believes in our staff, and he loves them, and you see that every single day, and it's just an impressive thing to see that. You want to emulate that as a leader.
How close is Jacoby Johnson being more than just one series here or there type of guy?
Yeah, I think that he's got all the talent in the world, and we'd love to keep him growing up and keep coming. Just still a young guy, hadn't played a lot of ball, but the more we can get him in, the better we feel about it, just to give him an opportunity to be successful, and he's got all the tools we need to play out there.
Is he focusing more on defense or offense?
He's doing both still, and we feel comfortable playing him on our side for sure.
Zac, what happened in the second half? You guys gave up more touchdowns. You guys played so well and didn't give up much in the first half. What was the main difference in your eyes?
Just the execution. You get a little bit nosy, eyes going in the backfield, and the guy runs by you. And there was quite a bit of that, man, I felt like we could have been in probably some better calls too. That's on me. I always take ownership of that, but we've also got to execute what we're doing and do our job and do it really well. And a couple of those, we just gave them easy reads, and weren't in a great phase or great technique, and we've got to continue to play hard.
Feels like Kanai got picked on a little bit there in the second half. What's he got to do, just kind of be a little bit more consistent in a couple of those spots?
Yeah, I think, at the end of the day, like, he just happened to be the guy over there when they took the shot, and, could probably be a little bit better on his technique or his eyes. I don't know. I hadn't seen it yet, on up close and study it, but we'll go back and look at that. But, we believe in Kanai, and he's a great player, and, just happened to be in a bad situation once or twice.
Thanks, Zach. Appreciate it.